I'm pretty sure that was like 40 minutes of me rambling about BTS. Hi guys, so I'm back. Today I wanted to try a different kind of video. I bought all these Korean snacks at the market that I wanted to try. I guess kind of like a mukbang, doing two of my favorite things today, which is eating food and talking about BTS, so I'm pretty excited for that. Yeah, let's get started. I'm going to open up these. I can actually read Korean because I've been working on it, but I'm not going to try because I don't want to embarrass myself. There we go. These are so good. I've had these before. They have a turtle on the front, but they're shrimp chip flavored. They have like 4 layers in them. But they're really like light and airy and fluffy. They're so good. I guess I'll just show you guys my posters while I'm at it. This is one up here. Has them with a American Music Award. I got this from J-Town. They have this store there where they sell super cheap like BTS stuff. So I got that there. I also got this one there. It's J-Town in LA, so if you're in LA anytime, definitely go check out J-Town because they have amazingly cheap BTS posters. I think they were like $2. Oh, this one's tilted. This one's tilted, but I think I also got it there. These postcards I got from my friend as a gift. They're all of Jin. There's like 50 of them in the pack. I got this poster from a Korean festival. It was like a music and art festival happening in LA. This one is from the official Love Yourself Tear album, and this is a Red Velvet poster because I also stan Red Velvet because they are queens, so you should too. I'm really hungry. I haven't had lunch. I just came back from work, so these are like an 8 out of 10. They're like really addicting. Anyways, so today I'm going to be talking about how I got into BTS. Here's my laptop because I just want to reference it because I actually wrote an article on this topic a few months ago for my high school journalism for my paper, and yeah, I wrote about why I stan BTS basically, and also just how I got into it. I briefly talked about that. I'm going to be referencing that article and some notes I took on there, and also my phone because I have a thread on Twitter I wanted to mention. Before I start, I'm going to open up everything so I can eat. I'm just going to sprinkle in the seasoning and then try to kind of break it up without spilling all over my room. That actually went better than I expected. Those are good. They're like ramen noodles, and then you have to smash it and add the seasoning, kind of like ramen. They're good. They're really crunchy, and they have like a lot of spices, and that one's bulgogi flavor. So why I stand BTS. So before I got into BTS, I actually thought, K-pop was pretty cringy. I think America on the down low is like xenophobic and ingrains these stereotypes and prejudices into everyone's mind through media, history. Americans think they're superior at literally everything, which is kind of stupid because they're not. But they just ingrained that into our minds, and I don't know, I never thought I would like K-pop because, I was like, it's in another language, like, they wear too much makeup, they look like girls, like, this is the kind of stupid shit that America and just, like, also my Filipino family kind of, ingrained into my mind because I grew up kind of in a conservative family and in a conservative town. I just had all these horrible prejudices and stereotypes and stupid things growing up. So yeah, I never thought I would like K-pop, and even in this past year I was like, okay, I'm never gonna be one of those crazy K-pop fans, like, they're insane, like, the fangirls are way too obsessed with these groups. I'm probably gonna talk about, like, why people don't like K-pop and why Americans are so xenophobic and have all these prejudices against K-pop in another video because I could go on and on about that. But basically, yeah, I was like, I'm never gonna be a K-pop fan or whatever. But then one of my good friends, basically on her Instagram, she had a Finsta. She like kept posting pictures of Jimin. I didn't know his name at the time, of course, and I was like, oh my god, I don't know who this guy is, but he's like beautiful, And she's like, she's Jimin from BTS, you should totally check them out. And she basically kept like ranting about BTS and K-pop on her Finsta. And so I kind of got intrigued, but I didn't check it out myself yet. So I used to be in journalism, like I said before. We were seniors, so we kind of fooled around a lot. She showed me the DNA music video on the day of its comeback, and that was like, let me tell you, that was a turning point. I was like shook. I just remember like being so stunned because I'd never really listened to K-pop before. I had a few songs that I'd heard before, but I hadn't really listened or watched a music video like with my own intentions. So I watched it and I was like, how have I been missing out on this? Like, the visuals were incredible. It was so colorful, so bright. Their clothes were like amazing, like straight off the Gucci runway, like and like I liked the music. Even though it was in another language, it was still like catchy. It took me a while to admit it, but I started getting more into them, and I just started watching more of their videos and listening to more of their music, and yeah, watching like just the basic videos at first, and then I started getting into like the crack videos, and then like the reasons why you should love this member, this member, this member. So I started watching all of those videos. I basically binge watched like probably thousands of videos, like army life, honestly. But yeah, I watched all those videos and I started falling in love with their individual personalities, how they work together as a team, their music, and yeah, I was smitten. It was over. I dove into the K-pop hole and I am not getting out. No, it's like impossible. But that's basically how it began. I remember just being like, these boys are so beautiful and they're so good at singing. And yeah, that's what just basically made me curious. And who caught my eye the most at first actually was Jungkook, because obviously he was in the middle, and I was like so obsessed with him at first. I was like, oh my god, he's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I need to know who he is. He was so good at dancing. His vocals were amazing. And actually at the beginning, I used to get like Jungkook and Jin mixed up a lot, and I could tell Namjoon his name right away because his face is kind of has distinctive features. Namjoon and J-Hope, I could like tell right off the bat who they were. Like, those are the names I memorized first, and then I started distinguishing the others' names, and I fell in love with all of them because I am OT7, and if you're not OT7 and don't love all the members, then you're not an army. Get out. Anyways, sorry, I get protective over them because they're just my boys. Oh my god, the air conditioning just turned on. I hope it's not too loud. Convenient. These are really good. I give these like a 7 out of 10. So yeah, that's basically how I got into them, by my friend. And then she started converting all our other editors, and yeah, basically the whole year we just watched K-pop videos in class. So my favorite class, obviously. The best way to start off your morning, 7 a.m., turn on the BTS videos. Journalism. That's true journalism. She got all of our friends into it. So like by the end of the year, it was like a whole group of us who were like armies, so I could freak out with everyone together at school. It was awesome. Like, I remember one time we were in physics. It was bad, but I had my phone on Twitter because they were coming to LA for the American Music Awards, I think. And we like dead ass like we're streaming them coming into the airport like from a Periscope on Twitter. We were live streaming that while we were in class, and like, honestly, my teacher, he didn't give like a shit about anything, but like, yeah, it was just, we were that level of obsessed. That's how obsessed me and my friends were. Like, we live stream stuff in class, and we still have a group chat about BTS up to this day. Even though we're all going our separate ways off into college, we created this like a whole ass like BTS group chat. We talk about like other stuff too, like other K-pop artists as well, but like, for me at least, BTS is my ultimate favorite, and I guess I'll get into now how they are my ultimate favorites and why. I open up this snack. I've tried these before too. They have this creepy guy on it, but basically they're these like potato chips. Oh, these are good. I forgot how good these were. Honestly, Korean snacks are like far superior to American snacks in every aspect. Like, all their chips and crackers are so much better than American ones. So if you have an Asian market nearby, definitely check them out and get some of these, because like, they're addicting. They're so good. Or I mean, don't get them if you're on like a diet or whatever, but I'm not gonna do it, so. I give these an 8 out of 10. These are really good. BTS. They are my favorite, I'd say favorite Korean group. Favorite K-pop artist. And they're one of my favorite like regular artists. Like I don't like honestly saying K-pop because K-pop like that's like people want to define the whole of the Korean music industry with K-pop, and you can't do that. Like you can't just put all of them under there, because especially for BTS, it's not just pop music. It's like so many different genres, like almost all of the genres under the rainbow. They're just one of my favorite artists of all time, to be honest, because of their deeper underlying messages, their activist work, their humble origins, and their love for fans, and just like everything, honestly. Like those categories are just to sum it all up so I can like talk about it in an organized somewhat manner, but they're just like amazing. One thing that drew me to them is how they are not just another manufactured group. Like the K-pop industry, at least like the boy group industry, it can be very manufactured. The companies, like the big companies, they can just, you know, spit out all these groups kind of. Let's be real, a lot of the groups don't produce their own music, they don't write their own songs, they just do what the company wants them to do. And they kind of seem fake to me sometimes, you know? Like, I don't know, sometimes they have concepts that they need to portray to the public, my personality wise. So I feel like that's like, it can just feel super artificial and fake. And one thing about BTS is they're probably like the most genuine boy group out there. Like they put their whole lives online for us. Yeah, they've always been active on Twitter. They always have their Bangtan bombs ever since the beginning. They share all these little bits of their life with us. And so it's almost like impossible for them to not be genuine because they're sharing so much more of what like they're actually doing. As opposed to other idol groups who don't really show us their lives, they don't show us their true personalities, they only show us, you know, other stuff, which is fine. Even compared to honestly like American artists and like just any artist in general, BTS shows way more of their life, way more of their genuine personality than like any other celebrity I know probably. At least it makes me feel like they're being super genuine with us and we truly know who they are. Another thing I love about BTS is that, you know, they're not afraid to explore other genres or other concepts. Like for this comeback, if you guys saw the reaction photos, they look like they're going to be going for like, I don't know, like 80s glam rock or something. That's the kind of vibes I got from the version S, I think, photos with the red background, and they were wearing like these really brightly colored clothes. I was like, oh man, they look like David Bowie or Prince or something. They're going to be doing like 80s glam rock. That's so awesome. And a lot of people did not like them for that, especially with the Korean general public being pretty, I'd say, conservative. It's a really bold step for them to take to go in that path. Even with their like other albums, they were a lot different from other K-pop groups because they cover so many different genres, from R&B, hip-hop, EDM, ballads. They even did a rock remix. Of course they do pop, but like they're doing so many other genres, and they're mixing and combining all these genres to make these super unique songs and super unique sounds. So I love that about them. Oh, and another thing is they produce their own music, like, which is what I was going to say before. They're not manufactured because they're genuine, and also they produce and write their own music. Like RM, Suga, and Hobie, and even the other members, the vocal lines, they always like have a hand in writing their music and writing the lyrics. So I find that really endearing about them, because not a lot of other groups write and produce their own songs. I think the fact that they're just super talented like that and they're super involved in their work and their music like that is really incredible for any artists, because even some American artists don't write and produce their own songs. Like, I think it's just so amazing that they do that. So they're super talented, like, on top of everything. And also the topics of their songs, like, they talk about things from, I was just looking at a thread on Twitter about, like I was saying before my camera shut off, I found a thread on Twitter today about social issues in BTS's songs. And like I said before, the Korean general public is super conservative, so the fact that they're talking about these topics is like so like just so like bold of them. Most of BTS songs have these like really deep underlying messages that most artists these days do not talk about in their songs. Here's a thread. I'll probably link the thread down below if you want to check it out, but I'll just pull out a few of them. No More Dream. The lyrics talk about the pressure of young people being forced to take a certain career path rather than their dream. So like they talk a lot about that. They talk a lot about like mental health. They talk about women's empowerment, self-love, the struggles of growing up. Let me pull up another one. N.O. criticizes the education system for trying to turn students into study machines, and they desire to see change. They talk about just how the system is robotic. Like here they are criticizing the school system even. They talk about the obsession with technology and social media and lack of verbal communication and can you turn off your phone. In William 52, they talk about being lonely and being misunderstood and not listened to. For me personally, I like songs that have deeper meanings, or those are my favorite kinds of songs. I think like the shallow songs are fine, of course, but I just love things that have deeper meanings, so I just think it's amazing that they do that. They're spreading all these incredible messages to their whole army, like millions of fans out there, and they're really making so much change in the world, positive change in the world, being such role models and telling their fans all of these things. Even with like the Love Yourself series, it's literally called Love Yourself, and they're encouraging all of their fans, millions of fans, young, old, all races, all genders, all sexualities, to love themselves for who they are. And I just think that's such an incredible message that, and we need more of just artists pushing the boundaries like that and being more impactful on people's lives like that. I think it's amazing. Because if you have a platform like that, why not use it instead of, I don't know, building off of like how socially aware they are. In 2014, after the Sewol ferry incident, which was an incident covered by the government, basically the gist of it was a ferry to Jeju Island sunk and 300 kids died. The captain abandoned ship, but the ship was not built to the right proportions, and that was the government's fault. So they tried to cover it up, media, and they had a blacklist of people who spoke out against it. BTS still spoke out against it and donated money to the victims. So despite the government trying to cover all that up, they were so brave, and they talked about that. And even people talk about Spring Day having references to that. So I just think that's incredible that they're so bold like that. They're so bold in their lyrics, they're so bold in their actions, and they're just incredible. Oh, even they're trying to raise money for the, what is it called? Love Myself campaign with UNICEF. They donate 3% of their album sales, which is tons of money, to that campaign. And they're trying to end violence in all communities across the world. And I just think that's so incredible. Like, they're doing so much stuff in terms of politically and like socially, and just I love them so much for that. Like Yoongi said, he says, I think it's not just successful artists, I think anyone with influence should be trying to send out a positive message, he said in an interview with J14 magazine. And I just have that on my laptop here because I just think it's amazing. Like, they acknowledge it, that they acknowledge that they have a platform and they want to use it to do something positive in the world. And I admire them so greatly for that. Another thing I said I loved about them was how they just come from humble backgrounds. They all come from different backgrounds. Like, they grew up just normal, I guess normal lives. Some of them, most of them, except for Chin, they like wanted to do something in the entertainment industry roughly, but they were just these kids from all over Korea who just, I don't know, they auditioned for this small company who had no groups before and was willing to take a risk with one boy group of 7 members. And all of them came from humble origins, came together, auditioned, made the cut, and magically, here they are. They started literally from nothing. Like, they used to live in a dorm with like 1 bedroom, and all 7 of them would share that bedroom. I had like a picture of that, all just like the bunks, and it was so cramped in there. And they just come from such humble origins that they're such kind and generous and humble people. They worked so hard, and I know like they talked about debut being really hard and them worrying about not making it so many times, and like just thinking about having to get other jobs and quit their idol job because it wasn't working out. But they persevered and worked so hard for it, kept working and working and working, and now here they are, what is it, like 5 years later, being super successful because of all their hard work and just everything. I don't know, I just think it's so awesome how they came from those humble origins, and they never forget it. They haven't let the fame get to their head, definitely, because they still, even at the AMAs, they were so surprised when everyone was coming to see them. And I'm like, but you guys are probably the biggest musical act in the world right now, but they're still so humble about it. And the first thing they do whenever they get an award is thank ARMY. They never fail to thank the ARMY, and I think it's so amazing that they give so much credit to their fans, because yes, their hard work and ambition got them places, of course, but they're so humble about it, and they always thank their fans. Like, they don't take any credit for themselves, it's all about their fans, which, I don't know, it's just really flattering, and it's something you can't find with any other artist, probably. I'm gonna open the last nut because I haven't opened it yet. These are called Hello Panda, the vanilla flavor. These ones have pandas on them. Those are good. They have like vanilla cream on the inside and crunchy flavor on the outside. Ooh, I like these better than the chocolate, I think. Also, they're really just they're just breaking barriers, like I've talked about, I've mentioned, all over the place. Like, they break gender norms. They defy the traditional Western standards of beauty. Like, they don their fashion clothing, they have their hair dyed different colors, bright colors, they wear makeup, they wear earrings and jewelry. Like, they really just go all out with their fashion and hair and makeup. People everywhere keep saying they look like girls, they look feminine, blah blah blah, but like, those people are just stupid, conservative, simple-minded. They're just perpetuating these stupid gender stereotypes of guys can't wear bright colors, they can't dye their hair bright colors, they can't wear makeup, which is stupid. All of those stereotypes are stupid, and BTS is showing that they are, because they're just rocking it and not giving a shit about what everyone else is saying. And also, they're defying the Western standards of beauty. I have this quote from this beauty blogger who said, "Only in the past year have I learned to love and accept the way my eyes are. Funnily enough, it's because of the K-pop band BTS. Some of my Instagram followers now say, I love your eyes. I wish I could have monolids. To hear people say they like my eyes and to think about how different it used to be makes me emotional," said Sandy Lane, a Korean beauty blogger, in a quote from Allure magazine. So just, I think that's so beautiful. She learned to love herself, love her Asian heritage, love her Asian looks, love her monolids because of BTS and because of just how they flaunt, like, you know, their culture and spread their culture to the world. They make people just love and accept everything about themselves. Like, the latest song, Epiphany, was about having imperfections, being not so perfect, but still being beautiful and still loving yourself. At least what I've learned is to be more open-minded, definitely. Be more open-minded in so many different ways, but I've learned to, you know, love music from another culture, love a different culture, and just learn about a different culture. These are so good. Oh my god. Being in love with just BTS has been just, it's changed my life in so many ways, honestly. I don't want to be like basic or cliche, but BTS changed my life. It changed my perspective, changed my outlook on so many things, just changed everything. Basically, I love them a lot, and I'm going to continue loving them until the end of time. And, you know, on top of all of that, they're also so talented. Just so talented. Like, they write and produce their own songs, they sing incredibly live, they rap incredibly live, they dance incredibly live, and it's all because of their hard work and practice. Also, of course, they're 10 out of 10, really good looking, but, you know, that's obviously not everything. That's the last thing I mentioned. On top of everything, the good looks are just icing on the cake. I don't know why I clicked my tongue. I don't know why I did that. It didn't even work. I don't even know how to click my tongue. Anyways. Yeah, that basically sums up most of it. I'm pretty sure that was like 40 minutes of me rambling about BTS. I'm gonna link some articles below. I'll link my article I'll link that Twitter link. I'll probably link some other stuff for you to read about BTS and just their impact on the world. Yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. Oh, also I rate these like a solid 9 out of 10 as well. They're so good. I could probably talk about this for so long, but because I have like infinite reasons to love BTS, but those are just, you know, the main reasons. That's it for this video, I guess. If you guys have any thoughts, comments, you want to tell me how you got into BTS or what your favorite thing about them is or why you love them, you should totally comment that down below and we can rant about loving them together. It's a new kind of video for me. It's a completely new kind of video for me, so let me know how you guys liked it. Yeah, subscribe for more content. I'm probably going to be dropping a spring day cover for my next video, even though I only have like a few videos out. I love when people comment, so please comment. I'd love to talk to you and get to know you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.